boys were awarded a family vacation for their excellent achievements at work. My little brother and I were so excited. We didn't sleep at all the night before. The Vanderjack cruise ship had always lived inside our televisions. We see their advertisement for more times than we can count. A vacation on the ship would be a dream come true for the two of us. We were going away for the week, and the first half of our trip, everything went by blissfully. That was until an ear-piercing siren was blared around every corner. The guests were directed into the main hall, where it was promptly announced that the ship is in harm's way. Due to the lack of preparation on behalf of the ship's crew, a colossal iceberg went undetected until it was too late. We were moving directly at it. The head of the crew apologized and instructed us to find shelter in a place that won't trap us. When we were back in our rooms, none of my family said anything. My guess was because no one knew what to say, as we were preparing against death himself. I remember not knowing where to put my hands as the speaker instructed to brace for impact. Instead, I stole a glance of my mother as if waiting for her to tell me what to do with myself in this distressing situation. The side of the ship was struck. My mother screamed for me to hold onto my bed, but I only had a second, which was not enough. I was thrown across the room, but I did not feel the pain that I was supposed to feel because I was too focused on the strongest man I know, my father, crying as he ran to pick me up. My head was gushing with blood, yet my hands went to wipe my father's tears instead of the red dripping on my shoulders. My eardrums were ringing, so I could only hear faint muffled screams, but seeing my brother use his hands to shut his ears was enough to tell me how loud it actually was.
We were all asked to wait for further instructions on the deck. It felt like we were waiting for hours. I could only hold my brother to comfort myself. By the time the captain came, my arms were numb, but I never stopped holding him. The captain ordered for the children to be separated from their families as there were a limited number of lifeboats available. My brother and I held eye contact, and with agreement we nodded. We didn't need words to know what was right for us. My mother begged us to go. She promised to meet us when we were all safe and sound, and she told us this was for the best. Firmly, I told her that there is no need to separate our family, for I only feel safest with them. If I leave this boat with my brother and go home with only him, I will not forgive myself. Argue with me. I was shocked when she teasingly pinched my left cheek and giggled through her tears. The seats meant for my brother and I were left empty. My father decided to take matters into our own hands and seek cover at the higher ground. We had to move swiftly as the ship was slowly getting engulfed by the unforgiving ocean. When we reached the highest we could go, the only thing that made sense for us to do was to hold each other tightly. I tried to keep my head up high, but the devastation of reality was beginning to win after hours of trembling in the cold. We did not have much time. The ocean was creeping up on us, and in an hour, the ship might already be swallowed entirely. I turned to my father and I saw him mouth sorry. His silence this entire tragedy was not out of fear, but because he blamed himself for bringing us here. If only he knew how I would rather be here with my family than anywhere else. I grabbed my father's hand. We saw headlights and let out a sigh of relief when the image of incoming ships became clear. My father laughed and held us closer than ever. It was revealed later on that the lifeboat my brother and I were supposed to be on had casualties that led to the children sinking. When we were all safe on the larger boat of the rescue team, we realized our hands were sore. It was to no one's surprise because for 7 hours of agony that was spent in fear and cold, we never once let go our grasp of one another. I never knew how much I loved my family until I chose them over a certain safety. This journey has taught me how important it is to always be there for one another. Through thick and thin, through life and death. Now each time I remember what happened that day, I feel conflicted. Because for one, it was painful. But if I had a choice to change what happened, I would keep everything the same.